In this video, we want to analyze different factors that could affect the time value of money, which shows how the value of a specific currency is constantly changing according to different periods of time. This will help us answer the question of whether the sum of 1,000 in your hand today is worth more than 1,000 to be received tomorrow. We will start off by explaining interest rates. Money has a time value because it can be invested to make more money, suggesting that 1,000 received today can be invested into something that would yield higher profits in the future. Let's say a bank offers you an interest rate of 13%. One of the ways of calculating the future value is the following equation, suggesting that if we plug in 1,000 as present value and 13% interest rate, after 1 year you will receive $1,130. However, another method to calculate future value used by Hamid and Sitzester, in which they use K and A for the future and present value, is the following. They also take into account the constant of the mathematical E. By plugging in the same numbers as before, 1,000 for A and 13% for R, we end up with $1,139. We can notice that this is a slightly different answer as in the previous method. This is solely due to the constant E, which gives a higher accuracy and simply due to a different methodology. If you invest the money into an interest-based entity, you can end up with a greater amount of money. However, we have to keep in mind that the financial situation of tomorrow can differentiate drastically then from today, meaning you can actually end up with zero in a drastic situation. Secondly, we look at opportunity cost and discuss the important aspects of it. The basic concept is that money that is spent today can cost someone big time in terms of that they could have had more money tomorrow or sometime in the future rather than spending it today. So let's say we have 1,000 to spend. You have two options. Firstly, you can spend it on whatever you have. So let's say a car, which leads you to happiness. In the other case, let's say you invest 1,000 into an interest-based entity that offers you, for example, 7% rate, which will lead you to a profit of $70 annually. This doesn't seem like a lot. However, usually you invest a greater amount than just 1,000, and with a good financial situation of tomorrow and patience after many years, you can have a great value in your hands. Another important factor is inflation. Inflation may be the reason of why money is worth more today than tomorrow, as it reduces the value of money. As an example, assuming you have an iPhone that you bought for $1,000, tomorrow it may cost you $2,000, which is double, showing the value of money has decreased for something that is worth the same. On the other hand, deflation is when the purchasing power of currency and wages are higher than normal. So taking the same example of an iPhone costing $1,000 today, tomorrow it may cost you $1, showing that for the same object, the value of money has increased because it takes less amount to pay for something worth the same. In conclusion, answering whether $1,000 in a hand today is going to be worth more in the future is both true and false. There are four main factors affecting the value of money. The interest rate given by the bank, which we showed in an unlikely extreme case, yielded higher profits. Secondly, opportunity cost is used for decision-making processes and cost-benefit analysis in businesses to determine the best option for their money. Inflation reduces the value of money, while deflation increases the value of money. Lastly, since the future conditions can never be predicted, it is important to know the effects of the time value of money and how one can plan their future accordingly. Therefore, you can never be assured whether the $1,000 in your hand today will be worth more or less compared to tomorrow.